the way that I ended up being Mother Mary is because Instagram came along, and Mary Clarke is a common name, and so Mother Mary it was available, so I was like, oh, Mother Mary Clarke, cute, it goes with mother. Then I started to realize how people kind of held it in a regard, and as I started to do podcasts and different things, or speaking or whatever, and I would be out and people would literally call me Mother Mary. I was like, oh my gosh, I never thought through this. It wasn't that I set out to be that, but now I realize that it's something that I cherish more than any of it. And it fits the role that we have in the lives of our models, but I'm also realizing that it's broader than that. And I don't know, it feels pretty awesome, I have to say. The name Mother initially came because of Mother Agent, because in our industry there's something called a mother agency, which is the agency that starts the model, that has a relationship with a model, that could be the one that discovers, could be the one that's there in the beginning, which we are all of the above. But what we've realized is naming our company Mother, it almost became a declaration over how we do business. And the longer we do it, the more mother it became, the more nurturing, the more community driven. And then you see the ripple effect with the models that come in and how they interact with each other. So I feel like we just keep evolving more into that term mother, and I like it. I like that it's the foundation of everything that we have built is on something as meaningful and powerful. I gave the advice to a girl early on, and she ended up making this plaque for me, telling me that I gave her this great advice. But I also think it's great advice for a mom to give to their child, which is, we have a sign up in our kitchen that says fail big. You don't want to protect your child from failure because it's where you learn. And in our business, they have to go through those things to get to the point where they can succeed, and cushioning them and protecting them too much doesn't help them. So I think the best advice is to, number one, you be okay to fail, and number two, that you allow your child to fail, because that's where you learn. That's why I'm so smart. And that's how I became Mother Mary. The best advice I received, it's really funny because it isn't some monumental advice, but I keep coming back to it, that my mom, because I was a young mom, and she told me, you have to create structure in the lives of your daughter. And at the time, I didn't realize how important it is in giving a child security and helping them feel that they're in a position that they can grow. So now when I think about the advice that I have given to my own kids, I tell them that same thing, that you have to have structure. When she said it, I was like, blah, bitty, blah, bitty, blah. Well, here's a good advice that I got from my mother that I didn't take. Don't over tweeze your brows. That explains so much. That I am the eyebrow police. She really did. Don't over tweeze your brows, whatever you do. I just had this conversation yesterday with my oldest daughter, Tiana. I realized what I was telling her is what I was most proud of her, and in turn, I realized that it's what I'm most proud of myself, and I can really honestly say about Olivia too, my other daughter, is that being okay with keep moving forward into the unknown. You never know what's around the corner. There's no real guarantee or certain things. There's a ton of unknowns and a lot of uncertainty, but being willing to live that way and embrace it and go and trust that it's all going to be good and it's all going to work out and you're going to end up at the destination that you're supposed to anyway. That's what I'm most proud of. I don't know the first time I heard this quote or in what context, but it talks about the burden of the unlived life of a parent. There were times in my life as an entrepreneur where I had to make decisions and choices that maybe I wasn't able to do every single thing that I wanted to do for my kids because of my business. But then as they grew up, each and every one of them in one context or another have said, because they saw me pursuing my dreams, because they saw me, you know, doing everything that was in my heart and just determined to have this business, it gave them the freedom to do the same thing. It's not selfish to want to pursue a dream inside of you. Just do it, just go for it. Even if you're doing it for a period of time, you will take that into the rest of your life, and I think that'll impact your children. I have on my desk, it's a little tchotchke from the Dollar Tree. I'm certain it was from the Dollar Tree, that my mom gave to me about being her daughter and then growing into her friend. And she gave that to me literally right before I was leaving to go to Paris Fashion Week. And it was that fashion week where we got the call that she had fallen and broken her hip, and we had to come back early. And it was 6 weeks later that she was gone. And so that little Dollar Tree thing is on my desk, and it's gonna be on my desk forever. Just that reminder of my mom, and that the ripple effect of what this business is doing is directly related to her.